Alright, so this is a video from Eterrnal Jamie on Reddit, or Replay rather, and he said he wanted some help. So I want to take a look at this and see if we can help him out a bit. Yay, another loss. Good to see you have the same mindset against Protoss that I do. Seems like you're opening pretty standard right now. This is a pretty early SCV scout, so I expect something to happen here. Or maybe Eterrnal Jamie just wants to play safe. I don't know. This guy's going Cybercore before Nexus. And Jamie's just doing a Marine fast expand. Looks like. Alright. So he throws down the eBay. Which, let's see what the Protoss' response is going to be. Alright, so second gateway. So after seeing this, Jamie should know pressure's coming. Like, you know they're going to be pushing with it. Because, like, you did this, you delayed the expansion. Now it elicited a response, which is the second gateway, which means that they'll have units. It looks like you're going for 2 racks. Assume a factory will go down, yeah? Cancel. Okay. The bunker is necessary. Without it, you will lose, so that's good. I think you actually have to wall off back here, too. You have to throw up 2 depots, or 3 depots, or whatever. Alright. So it looks like you're going for some sort of Widow Mine drop, or just using them defensively, which both are fine. They're really good defensively as well. And you should be catching up in workers, yeah. Obviously, like, your macro could use some work. But, everyone's macro could use work. Like, your SCV production right now is pretty spotty. I think it's been kind of spotty all game. And then you're also getting tanks, it looks like. Yeah, your SCV production for sure is something to take away from this. Tech Lab. Meanwhile, the Protoss has been getting up. What, 7 gates? 6 gates. With the Forge and Twilight. Do you know any of this? Alright, so you scout most of it. You don't scout the 2 in the main. But, I mean, with this many gates, you kind of know that they're going to be pressuring you. Or all-inning you. Whatever. They're planning on doing something aggressive, especially with this 7th gate here. Throwing down cannons. Alright, and you throw it on your 3rd. Sweet. Alright, so right now you're just macroing off of these racks. I wonder if you're going to keep... Okay, so you are going to keep building tanks. That's interesting. You have 2 eBays, you haven't used them yet. SCV production's still, like, kind of off and on. I do like this, though. This is really good because you have to, because Protoss will win if they drop in your base. So it's fairly even right now. He's getting glazed in a Templar Archives. One thing that I would say is, like, so if we stop right here and look at his army, how do I look units? He has 11 stalkers, right? And they're kind of spread around. There's some here. But, like, when you have these medvacs out, you can drop. You don't have to, but it allows you to kind of feel out the map, and it can force mistakes out of your opponent if you're used to it and you can macro through it. With how your macro has been this game, maybe I wouldn't suggest it yet. Just, like, continue working on building SCVs consistently, building supply depots, and yeah, because I definitely think, or I know you failed at producing SCVs this game at the rate you should. Yeah. All right, and you saw the third, which is also pretty important.
We could use some help here.
Mineral field depleted.
We'll watch from your point of view. That's probably better.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
So you throwing down 2 more racks, so you're going up to 6 racks.
Additional supply.
And then
depots
you
required.
are building turrets and armory. Yep.
Mineral field depleted.
This better be good. We could use some help here.
So right now, I think these medvacs might be a mistake.
It's about to get heavy.
I guess knowing that he's going to head Templar, they maybe aren't, because you want more against High Templar. But usually against Protoss, after around 4 medvacs, you really want to get your Liberator production started. Liberators is so necessary in this matchup right now. It's like unreal. They're like the one timing Terran has. If you're not going to do an early 2-base tank push, then I would highly suggest going for like a 6 to 8 Liberator, or like 4 to 8 Liberator timing, like before they get their 4th down, before they get Tempests.
Add-on complete.
So you're still just macroing though, so...
It's go time.
Mineral field depleted. Add-on complete.
Alright, so right here, I want to know why push out. What's the point? What's the purpose? Is it to kill the third? If so, like, what timing are you hitting? So you have 2-2 on the way. So you have, what, 175 times 2? Dude, I can't do math. You have, like, roughly 400 or 350 tied up in upgrades right now. Why push out when those aren't done? The only reason you will ever see really good players like pushing out when they have 2 big upgrades like this working is if like their opponent is doing something inherently greedy that causes them to push out, or if they're super far ahead and they know they can just A move. But there's really no point in pushing out right now.
It's on.
And you really haven't scouted anything to make you think you should push out right now, because you have these upgrades, and they're not going to be useful in the fight.
SCV
And I think you want more than 2 Liberators. Liberators are everything in this matchup right now.
This better be good. Kaboom, baby.
So he's up 5 army supply with 2 attack. He has Templar. This is still a winnable fight, though. Oh, he scouts it. You just scan. His army is so spread out, man. So in this situation, I think what you're trying to do here with your whole army is bold. I don't know what you're going to do, but it looks like you're going to send your whole army out here. Really, all you need to do is grab a small chunk, like this much, and start beating on probes and the pylons and stuff here, and you're going to force him to do something. So I'm going to guess that you overcommit here. All right, good. This is good. Do you have Liberator? You have the stuff for Liberator at range about to happen. All right, that was actually really good. You killed the base. He has his 4th up though, so that sucks. Start your Liberator range. You scouted the 4th though. That's good. So on a maxed out army, I think you want more libs than you have, to be honest. Oh, you have 7. Never mind. That's good. That's fine. So you lose 2 medvacs for free there with that drop. You're getting ghosts. Why not push? You had the upgrade advantage. I guess you don't anymore. Interesting. I think you have to pressure like this space. Because he rebuilt it. He does only have 55 SCV or probes though, so that's pretty good. Let's see what happens. Protoss players getting a Dark Shrine. Pretty standard late game to have a Dark Shrine, so I always build turrets once you get too late. Sensor towers are really smart in all matchups at this stage of the game. They make it way easier to just not lose. I think you have to push though. You've been 200 for a long time. There's no point just sitting here. Like, because you're just allowing him to tech. And you send your whole army to go deal with this. That's a mistake. You'll find players that like multi-prong harass you, and you'll get screwed by it by doing this sort of thing. Oh, are you using F2 for everything? I would highly suggest getting used to using 1, 2, 3 for army, or just like even 1, 2. You've been 200 for a really long time and not really done anything with it. That's been a pretty big mistake so far, I think. And he's a base up on you now. A base up. A gold base up on you. And you know it, too. You can't play defensive against Protoss like this in the late game. Because their Tempest army, which this guy isn't even getting, but if he wanted to, he could get it, is like it's very, very difficult for Terran to beat. Alright, so it looks like this dude's just throwing away units into you, though. Alright, now push. You just killed like 30 supply. Push. This is taking way too long. You've got to push. Because he has the middle of the map now. Like, he's had map control. Ever since that push at his third, he's had map control. Because you let him double expand here and didn't pressure at all. But you got to be slow here, because he's got Templars. This doesn't work. You have libs and tanks. You know he has this base. Yeah, you just can't push like this. You will you'll lose every time doing this sort of thing. I'm assuming it just snowballs. Alright, that's the game. So here, I'll go back and take control of this fight for you and see how I would have done it. Alright, so we're... Oh, it doesn't let me play it out. Alright.
Need something.
Hold on.
Talk to me.
So you can like drop the tanks here.
This better be good.
Add on.
Bloom libs.
Lights here.
You have to like take it like this. You can't...
Incoming orders.
I was even a little bit greedy with how I place these. But you can't just walk up a ramp like that, ever, at this stage of the game.
Out with it.
You have to utilize libs. Especially with advanced ballistics. That's why they're so strong, because you can siege them up, and nothing can be under them.
Initiating.
You sure about that?
When you do something
for
like
pickup?
this
Understood.
Say the word.
Now what?
and just run up here without lip siege, you're going to lose every time.
Right. Deploying.
So, after watching this replay, I think you do a lot of things good in the early game. You control the pace of the game. You block his nexus. You force him to go double gate. You're prepared for the double gate with a bunker. You expand, and you're essentially ahead or even in economy the whole game. When you kill his third, you don't do anything with it because you allow him to double expand, right? So even if you trade armies after killing his third, you should be in an okay shape. You should be in okay shape because your economy should be better, and he's invested money into new bases. I think obviously work on your SCV production, work on your supply depot production, but knowing when you're strong in this matchup is everything. When you have 6 Liberators, if they don't have Tempests out, there's almost nothing they can beat that with. Like, they can beat it with enough if they have a lot more stuff, but if you have a good chunk of buyers supporting it, it's very difficult for Protoss to kill that army, and you had that army for a really long time, and you never pushed with it. You only pushed with the third. So I would, like, continue to work on just, like, pushing, and then push slow. Stim a Marine in front of your army so you see what's going on. If you ever A-move into a Protoss army like you did over here, you will lose every single time. So I hope that what I said to you has helped a little bit. Feel free to stop by my stream whenever. It's just twitch.tv/bonkers with a Z1. Yeah, man. And feel free to ask me any more questions in the Reddit thread. Again, I hope I helped you out. I hope I didn't upset you with anything I said. I wasn't trying to be mean, but just trying to be honest.